Hello, and welcome back to Just Livin'. Today, we're at the Pima Air and Space Museum in Tucson, Arizona. This museum has an amazing variety of aircraft. Everything from small Cessnas and experimental aircraft to the giant 747, plus tons of military aircraft. From this strange-looking cargo plane called the Guppy, to the more recognizable B-52, X-15, and F-16. They also have an entire hangar dedicated to what I think was the coolest and best-looking plane of World War II, the B-17. So join us as we learn more about this hero of the Second World War, the B-17 Flying Fortress. In the skies over Europe and the Pacific during World War II, one aircraft carved its name into the annals of aviation history. The B-17 Flying Fortress. Rugged, relentless, and revered, this iconic warbird wasn't just a bomber. It was a symbol of hope and survival. Born in the 1930s from Boeing's vision of a long-range heavy bomber, the B-17 was a marvel of firepower, so bristling with guns that a Seattle Times reporter dubbed it a flying fortress. The name stuck, and so did the legend. Measuring 74 feet 4 inches long, 19 feet 1 inch tall, with a wingspan of 103 feet 9 inches, powered by four 1,200 horsepower radial engines. The B-17 had a range of 2,000 miles, a top speed of 287 miles per hour, and a ceiling of 35,600 feet. The cabin was unpressurized, so the crew of 10 men had to dress warm because the temperature at this elevation could reach 60 degrees below zero. With 13 .50 caliber machine guns and thick armor plating, the B-17 was built to take punishment and still make it home. Crews recounted missions where wings were shredded, engines were lost, yet somehow the fortress flew on. For example, on February 1st, 1943, a German fighter sliced through the fuselage of a B-17 named All-American, nearly severing the tail. The aircraft looked like it should have fallen apart midair, but it didn't. The crew used parachute cords and sheer will to keep it together. 70 miles later, they landed, every one of them alive. Despite its rugged design, B-17 missions were a very dangerous proposition. On October 10, 1943, the 100th Bomb Group, nicknamed the Bloody 100th, sent 60 B-17s to bomb Münster, Germany. Only one returned. That B-17, named Royal Flush, riddled with bullets, engines failing, and piloted by Robert Rosie Rosenthal, somehow beat impossible odds and completed the mission. The entire crew made it home safely. In yet another story of survival, after completing a brutal bombing raid over Bremen, a nearly destroyed B-17 called Ye Olde Pub limped through German skies. Suddenly, a Luftwaffe fighter appeared. But instead of finishing them off, German ace Franz Stigler escorted the battered bomber to safety. It would have been murder, he later said. 50 years later, the American and German pilots would meet again and become lifelong friends. Of the over 12,700 B-17s built, only 6 are airworthy today. Aircraft like Sally B, Sentimental Journey, and Ye Olde Pub tour the skies, reminding us of the bravery of the men that flew them. They are more than war machines. They are flying memorials. The B-17 wasn't just steel, rivets, and firepower. It carried crews into the heart of danger and somehow brought them back. It carried stories, sacrifice, brotherhood. And as long as even one still soars above the earth, the legend of the Flying Fortress will never die. I hope you enjoyed this tribute to the B-17 Flying Fortress, and will remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for even more adventures. You can also support us at www.buymeacoffee.com/justlivin'. Until next time, take care, and we'll see you again on Just Livin'.